Socially awkward people of Reddit, when did you get your first kiss? Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the video. Went to kiss my grandma on the cheek and she turned her face to meet my lips on accident. It still haunts me. Oh my, what a memorable moment. It's not an accident. Your grandma tried to suck out your soul to restore her youth. I hate when old people try to suck out my soul. Still counts. 19. I'm 18 now, but I'm optimistic. Fingers crossed. Hand with index and middle fingers crossed. I still haven't had mine either, lol. How old you? 34. F. Cali. Met a lovely girl at a college social. Sat next to her at lunch in a common area for a few months. We went to many events and activities, but didn't call them dates. After about 4 months of this, daily, we called what we were doing dates. I tried to find an excuse to plant one on her for a few months, but she was as awkward as I was, so rarely looked directly at me. Finally, I asked. We got better. 2 months later we were engaged. 5 months later married. 4 kids and 7 years. Married almost 30 years now. I can't really be sure from your story, but I think she might like you. It may seem like that, but you can't be sure. Maybe she just doesn't like to hurt people. I was 16. We were watching Phantom of the Opera. I was dozing off. He didn't realize. Leaned over and kissed me. I, in my half asleep state, said that was weird. Still embarrassed to this day. The Phantom of the Opera is the most romantic show you could get a first kiss during. Depends on the part. All I ask of you. Good, very appropriate. Gypsy freak show owners beating a child with a bag over his head. Not as appropriate. Although I expect the trolls of Reddit to disagree with me on this. Beating a child with a bag over their head is more like third date activities in my opinion. Apparently I kissed a boy at 5 years old. Sent him home bragging to his parents. I guess I was ambitious at that age. In all seriousness, I've never been truly kissed and probably never will be, which is honestly fine by me. Hut up. When I was 5 I kissed some girl a year or 2 older than me on the bus. Literally the first thing I did was tell my dad that I kissed a girl. I think I tried to leave at her stop with her once. Hopefully soon after the virus dies down. This one hit close to home. I got my first girlfriend about a month ago. Yeah, the girl I'm talking to says she thinks I'm cute, but she's not sure if she likes me or not. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because she's exactly my type. Good for you, man, hope it works out. I've liked this girl I'm with now for close on a year. I liked a girl for 3 years. It didn't work out, but I'm rooting for you, buddy. I was like 14 or 15. I had a girl over and we were in my room. She knew I didn't have my first yet and said, I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I really want to and I'm going to anyway, and she went for it. Because of the way it's portrayed in TV and stuff as fireworks, I thought it would be a lot more than lips touching for like 2 seconds. I was in disbelief that it even happened, but also like, wait, that's it? That's all it is? Still, after she left I told my mum all about it for some reason. She was happy about it. Not my proudest moment, but we all have to start somewhere. Sounds like she had a thing for you. Did you get into a relationship with her? Yeah, but it was one of those awkward teenage texting relationships. She went to another school so it was hard. I have a totally real girlfriend. You haven't seen her cause she goes to another school. I have a girlfriend that's from a different nation. The Fire Nation. I was 15 years old and the short version of the story is a girl made out with me out of nowhere to spite her boyfriend that broke up with her that same day. I was entirely unprepared for it and her tongue was in my mouth for 3 seconds at least before I could even process what was happening. It lasted 40 seconds or so until I was interrupted by a guy that rode the same school bus as me who completely ignored the kiss and instead asked me, hey, so if you're an anarchist shouldn't you be wearing leather boots instead of flip-flops? You don't really look like an anarchist. The second girl I ever kissed was also using me as a rebound. The third one I never saw again. The fourth one dumped me out of nowhere. And the fifth I've been with 8 years and married. I was losing hope, not gonna lie, but that's awesome you found someone you jive with so much. That guy on the bus is a freaking legend. The story is a girl made out with me out of nowhere. My first kiss was also a girl out of nowhere. I was 14 and it was during the summer between 8th and 9th grade. A friend had stolen some beer from his parents and we met at another friend's, who lived near me, to try it. My other friends were going to stay the night there, but I had to go home later. When I headed home, they came with me. As we walking along in the dark, a small pickup pulled up with 2 girls in it. The passenger knew my friend, the beer stealing one, and after talking a bit, my friend and the passengers started kissing. Out of the blue, the driver came over to me and just started kissing me. We made out for what seemed like a long time, but was probably 10 minutes or so. And then, the girls just abruptly left. To this day, 42 years later, I have no idea who she was or even what she looked like. I knew she kissed great, tasted great and had a nice body. The beer stealing friend and I had a falling out almost right after that, so I never asked him who she was. Yay for random kisses, because it was rare otherwise. Plot twist. She was Jesus. Not enough people are talking about that anarchist comment. I got my first real 6-string, sorry I meant kiss, pretty late in my life. I was around 27. So no worries if you haven't been kissed in your 20s. It's at times like this that I wonder how many little miles I've scrolled on my phone. Or even ignoring the apps themselves, how much millage on glass do each of my thumbs have? Anyway, upvoting to reduce that number for other people a little bit. Still waiting for it. I'm hoping your username isn't your birth date. Actually it is. I'm about to turn 100 next year. Congrats. I and Prince Philip were born on the exact same day. Wanna come to our birthday party? I will gladly attend. Was hanging out and drinking with this girl. I was 18 still in high school and she was 23 and freaking gorgeous. Told her I thought she was really pretty and then she took my drink from my hands and pulled me in for a kiss. Lost my virginity to her that night and we've been together for 6 years now. Good for you. You thinking she's freaking gorgeous, but saying she's cute is so spot on. I love how compliments get downgraded 80% on the journey from the brain to the tongue. Jesus freaking Christ, she is so hot. How is that even possible? What you think? Whoa, you're actually kind of cute, what you say. I mostly knew I was swinging way out of my league and I didn't want to embarrass myself by tossing big compliment bombs like that. But if I got shot down for saying she was pretty, I felt like I could take that graciously. You look pretty what? You look shitty. Well, I don't downgrade compliments and actually got broken up with because of it once. She didn't feel confident that what she was feeling and what I was feeling were the same. Basically my flattery and compliments got too much and made her feel pressured to feel something more. When I realized what was going on I complimented her less, but the damage was done. This, friends, is what happens when antisocial meets heart on sleeve. A dog licked me once. Does that count? Well, if it's on the lips and doesn't include peanut butter I guess it is. Whoa. Tongue in the first kiss. Nice. I was 20 and a half. She gave me a blowjob first, interestingly enough. So basically, I'm probably the only person ever who got their first BJ before their first kiss. Which was better, the kiss or the blowjob? Well, the BJ was fine, but the kiss tasted like dong. I still remember my first blowj, sure tasted funny. Tell your uncle to wash his dong next time. Yes. I just turned 18 the month before it. It was with my current boyfriend who is my first boyfriend. We were watching Avengers: Infinity War. I'd already seen it as this was just a couple days after Endgame came out. He got bored of the movie, so he turned it off and we went to talking. I had noticed for a couple days that he wanted to kiss me, but we both just didn't know how and both incredibly shy. Eventually he lied on top of me, after I was on top of him attempting to do it first, and he just went for it. Weird at first, but incredible butterflies followed and we made out. To this day, he claims he forced me to kiss him, but I didn't feel forced in any way, just too chicken shit to make the first move. I adore his kisses so much. Can't go a few hours without one. Can't go a few hours without one. Sometimes I feel bad about my personality. Quick. It's been 2 hours and 59 minutes. She needs a kiss or she'll transform. Legit how I feel sometimes. No kiss equals crazy moody Winnie Sadafe. How the frick did he get bored of Infinity War? How I knew someone was gonna say this. He isn't a huge fan of watching movies due to getting distracted with other things. Also, not a big Marvel fan. 17. Great story here. Last day of school, I think it was the 20th of March. Because of coronavirus and now we're all going to spend our last day together. My entire school year all met up for drinks that night. I was chilling with some friends when my crush came to ask me for vodka. After she took a shot, she took my hand and said come on. And took me over to this log where we sat down and she put her arm around me. I then poured my heart out to her about having a crush on her and my drunk ass said do it pussy and I kissed her. Shit went well and we kissed a lot that night. I'm glad you did it, pussy. Cheers haha. I know it ain't exactly the most bold move in history, but I'm quite an awkward kid and I've barely been with a girl. I think if I was sober I would have had to psych myself up for it way more and probably would have missed the chance.